And we're live, so very fucking early. It is literally like 6 o'clock in the fucking morning. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am your messenger of God, the first child of God, the Lilith reincarnated. Today is Wednesday, Mercury Day. We're giving speeches. I was getting downloads all through the night. Kept waking up and like getting words and sentences and shit like that. None of it really made sense until they asked me to do some stupid shit like this. I haven't even had coffee. Let me at least pour some tea before we get started. Caffeine. Alright, let's see. I told you everything outside of me is all about love. Every time I come out of the, on the other side of the veil, there's all kinds of love shit going on, right? And so, again, this morning, I wake up and Wolfman had put a post that he was going to go live on YouTube and TikTok with an all signs love reading tonight. Excuse me. And my spirit just argued with this, like, for so many reasons. Why would you listen to this douchebag tell you how to love? He don't love nobody. And clearly, as much as he thinks he loves himself, he does not love himself properly. But why would you listen to a man that has nothing but a body count tell you how to love? And then as I thought about it, it's like, that's all these twin flame readers and shit. They're all fucking super single and shit, stalking somebody. All of them. I'm like, Jesus. So that like marinated for a minute. I posted something about it. I reposted his shit. And then afterwards, I'm just like, you guys have no business telling people how to love when you're not out there loving. You're just out there obsessing and lusting off of people. It just doesn't make any sense. So, with that being said, God wants me to do I've never done this before. I've never ever done this. I don't even know where to start. An all signs love reading. There's nothing worse than a Lilith doing a love reading anyways. But we're going to do it for all of you bitches. Because you are so desperate to ask God about your fucking love life. Why don't you ask God instead of a fucking tarot reader? How do you ask God? You go and ask him, or you find someone that talks to God. Do they talk to God? Does Magnetize Yourself talk to God? Or she pulls cards just like the fucking rest of them. Magnetize Yourself has been on a twin flame journey, which means she's been stalking a singular man for over, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years. Then you got Wolfman, who's just hunting women in any country that he can lay with and take a picture of. He's just hunting them. I don't think that man has ever said, I love you to a person, or ever accepted an I love you. This is who's going to tell you guys how to find love. They're going to be honest and true to you without their own, you know what I mean, selfish desires and wants. They're going to tell you how to be happy like them. Going back to fucking Turning Tides, who's sitting there fucking obsessing. I think yours is actually mental, bro. At this point, I'm pretty sure yours is mental. Like, you're mental. You have a severe codependency, and you read some spirituality, and you put those two together and say this, your baby daddy is your twin flame. No divine masculine would abandon their child like that, bro. No divine masculine. Marshall was a distorted divine masculine, but still wouldn't avoid his child, wouldn't abandon his child like that. That's not a divine masculine, bitch. You're psycho. You use spirituality as a fucking crutch to your fucking addictions, to, you know, bad relationships. And the years go by and you just keep stalking this motherfucker, trying to make him, what, your husband or your child's father. That's divine work. That's what you were sent here to do, was beg a man to be part of your family? Sit around waiting for this man to take care of your child and you? You're all sorts of fucked up, bitch. All sorts of fucked up. And that goes back to your fat little friend, too. God only made one man for you fat bitches? Or you fat bitches don't know how to love yourselves enough to go get a new man. And you use spirituality as a crutch to your sick behaviors. I bet your dating record would show that you do this a lot with men. You obsess and you put away, obsess over them, and then won't let them go, won't move on until somebody else shows you a bit of attention, and then you become obsessive and possessive about that person, saying it's a spiritual connection and all of this shit. Crazy. To this day, I'm the only person that can prove the fucking mirror on the wall when it comes to twin flames. I can prove it, that they are my twin flames, when the activation happened, and what it's doing to both of us. Each one, and I have 12 plus 2. You can't prove that the other person that you're stalking is even in love with you. Because you're in what? No contact? Okay. Even if they don't talk to me, they fucking address me every day in their fucking videos. Every day. Mike's over there in his stories trying to get my attention. Russ is trying to get my attention. All of them are always trying to get my attention. They're too afraid to actually speak, so they have to send subliminal messages through the internet. Stupid. Anyways, I'm going to pull out the tarot and give you guys just a couple of fucking cards for each of your stupid signs and what you're going through in love. Ultimately, you're going through a challenge. If you're not there yet, then that means you're still in challenge mode. This relationship is challenging. We're going to find out if what you're supposed to learn out of your relationships. If you're not in one, then the answer is going to be what you're supposed to be learning outside of a relationship. And just the very thought of it, it's like you guys are fucking dumb. I had to pull out my astrology chart just to remember all the fucking signs so I can figure out where I'm going with this. I'm not getting into deep. We're not doing anything. I'm just giving you a simple answer so you stop looking to people that don't know any better, bro. They just don't. The cards never lie, but the person fucking delivering the message is a big fat fucking liar. Alright, let's start with... we're gonna just go straight down my chart. Got it? We're cheating. Libra... For those that are in love or those that need a love message, what is it? 10 of Coins. Happy family. It's like one of the happiest cards in the deck. What does this mean? That you're in a good space. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what that means. Now, you could be on the negative side of this, and I'm going to go ahead and it's going to take a long reading if I'm going to read all these fucking cards to you guys. But the Ten of Pentacles is ultimately just a good card. The 10 indicates the passing of inheritance, titles, business to the next generation. The fact that you're sorting out such provisions or that you may be making long-term plans for life. It can also highlight a supporting and caring family with its own traditions and celebrations. Depending on the surrounding cards, it can signify that you're planning on settling down, getting married, funding a family, or willingly caring for an elderly relative. That just means that everything's good with your, you know what I mean, with your circle right now. Now, for those of you that don't have a circle, you're still in a good place. You shouldn't be trying to have a family if you're not ready for a family. Your internal family system should be doing good, where your divine masculine, your divine feminine are getting along, and you inside this body of yours are still being able to be a child and have some fun along this, programming journey. You know what I mean? You're not too hard on yourself, and you're not letting yourself get away with too much, but you're letting yourself live. That's how this should look. Now, if you're in the reverse, it indicates an end of an institution. Perhaps you're going through a broken marriage, your family quarrels, resentment, someone's being ostracized from the family or disinherited, property disputes, businesses closed, or financial failure. What does that mean for those of you that are on the other side? Change is afoot. They're closing down this chapter of your life to open another. It doesn't end here. The quicker it ends, the quicker something new can begin, but it doesn't end here. The business has to close for you to move on with your business. The relationship has to end so you can get you a brand new boo. Get you some new. Not right away. You're going to need time to, you know what I mean? You just lost a job. You need time to grieve that loss before you're ready to take on the addiction and the attachment of something new. You're still attached to something old. And the same thing goes for your fucking relationships. You know what I mean? Give it time. Give yourself time to distance yourself from what you just left before you go jumping into something else. Because if jumping into yourself is pulling yourself, you're not detached yet. You have to detach from it. If you're not fully detached from this experience, you're going to call it right back in. You need that detachment time to look at, the overall picture, the gains, what you learn from this, what you know what I mean? And ultimately, every experience is, you don't know what you want. You just figured out what you don't want. So from this, you realize, okay, well, I don't want to do that no more. This was all good, but this I didn't like, and this I didn't like, and this I didn't like. So you learn more about your likes. You learn more about how far you'll go, your limits, your boundaries, what you're willing to take, what you dislike and don't. If it's come to an end, it's come to a part where you will no longer take this, or they will no longer deal with you. That just means changes need to be made. There was a place of stalemate where it was uncompromisable. You know what I mean? Irreconcilable differences. That's okay. You can't make everything work. It only works for as long as you work it. When you're tired of doing the work, watch how everything falls apart. And put all that effort into something else, or you can take a breather and, like myself, make sure that you're in balanced relationships where you're not doing all the work. Alright, Libras? Right. To make this legit, I'm going to keep shuffling because, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody has a different message. It could be the same message for multiple signs. Let's see here. God, what do you want the Scorpios to know? Introspection. Introspection. You need to take some time out. You need to pull away from things. Whereas the other ones, they don't need to be messing with it. You guys need to pull out for a bit. You need to pull out of your feelings. You need to pull out of this relationship for a bit and deal with yourself. And for those of you that are not in a relationship and you are just dealing with yourself, that's exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You can't expect someone to deal with you when you don't know what they're doing. You can't expect them to know how to deal with you when you're a mess. Deep down, you've changed and become dissatisfied with your life. Some soul searching has revealed that you need to discover a deeper meaning to find yourself and become the person that you want to be. This may mean leaving behind the material security and old relationships, things you previously desired but which no longer bring you fulfillment. This is a journey into the unknown and will take great courage. You may need to move to a new place or country. Like the Hermit, this card also means withdrawing from outer activity to seek greater self-awareness. It's the basic outline of addiction, bro. And anybody that's left their same town, it's like, I need a new beginning. Oh, you'll never make it out there in the big world, like Steve's story. I don't know where Steve came from, but Steve moved to California. And that's it, too, is like everybody that moves from a different state, they're like, California, you'll never make it. You'll never make it. You'll never make it. Fine, but I gotta make it out of here. I'm not gonna sit here with you motherfuckers. It's kind of how that is. You know what I mean? So in essence, I guess your relationships aren't doing so well. You're refusing to walk away from a relationship that is not working. In your heart, you know that you need to act. While a part of you wants to explore new horizons, another part of you is afraid of doing so because of what you might lose or what other people might say. And that's it too. You don't want to fucking leave home and come back as a failure. Even if you go out and you don't make it, they already expected you not to make it, so it's not a fucking problem. Go out and come back and rub it all in their fucking face as you get yourself back into mommy's little basement. You owe it to yourself to take that journey. Go sleep in your car next to the beach. Go fucking, you know what I mean? You don't gotta live up to anybody's expectations, and especially not your own. You just gotta live. And when you're living, you know what I mean? That's what it is you're attracting people that are living too. Alright? You need to devote some attention to your own needs, your own dreams, and your own happiness. Not in a frivolous manner, meaning it's not a day spa and let's go spend all kinds of money on me. It means let me remove myself and take myself for a walk and go find out what's up with me. And that could be, a very serious, Forrest Gump moment where you need to do some running. Deep down on a spiritual level, and that's it. This is about. So to you Scorpios that are in relationships, you need to pull out. You need to pull out and spend some time with yourself. Stop giving all this relationship all your time right now, because right now you're giving it more than it's giving you. You need to take a little break. They'll miss you while you're gone. You're coming back. I doubt that you're going to get too fucking far in a situation like this. But you need to pull out and start thinking about yourself. Thinking about why you're even in this relationship, and is this what you wanted, or you're just checking off boxes? Does this person check off your boxes, or they really just fucking be annoying the shit out of you? Don't know. Let's see what's up with me and the rest of us untamable Sagittariuses for love. This should be good. This should be real good. What are you telling us Sagittariuses to do? Oh, we're happy. We're happy. We're chilling. We usually are. It doesn't take anything to make us happy. We just stay in a place of happiness with or without. Why? Because we're usually without. When you have a mouth like this, Sagittariuses are all completely outspoken, bro. We're aggressive. We really, it's not about hurting your feelings, it's just about freedom. And the freedom that comes out of our mouth pushes people away. So we're usually on our own, just chilling. We bring people in just for company, and then we push them away when we're done. 4 is a number of stability, and this card indicates a period of completion and steadiness with hard work paying off. Festivities, happiness. It can indicate a celebration of a marriage or engagement, the birth of a child, a birthday, a seasonal event. It's one of the most positive cards in the tarot, so enjoy it because you've earned it. We talked about that last night. What's the definition of happiness? What did I do to become happy? I'm just happy. I wake up happy. I don't have a reason to be upset. I could turn on my phone and find a reason real quick, but I'm not upset about my life. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to take on life and what I'm going to do today and what, I don't chase anything. I'm just chilling. I'm content. And that's what it is. I work too hard to just find peace. If I didn't find it, then I wasn't working hard enough. And that's it, just having peace in whatever God brings throughout the day. I still don't have a car running. My car's been out for 2 days. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that I could be really upset about and irritated and trying to force and stuff. And I'm just like, whatever, God. Whatever you say, buddy. In the essence, why fight him? Like, what am I going to do? I could go crazy trying to make everything work my way and try to get things done faster. But then what? What am I trying to rush and get my car ready for? To go somewhere? Where am I going? What am I doing? Am I trying to make a plan? Or am I just going with the plan? God, and that's it. God took away my shit. He took my bird in my bush so I could sit down and think about some shit. In essence, he just doesn't want me in the streets, and I don't blame him. The 4 of Wands reversed concerns a lack of harmony and security. You're going through a period of uncertainty where many things are changing at once. All right, Sagittariuses. Plans can go awry, and there may be family disagreements, quarrels with neighbors, or problems with friends and lovers. You are feeling overwhelmed and unable to cope, but this is a temporary situation, so don't lose heart. Well, the opposite of peace is chaos. This is okay, though, because through the chaos, you'll find peace. After everything sorts itself out, it's always chaos, bro. Christmas is fucking chaos. Birthdays are chaos. Weddings are fucking chaos. A concert is chaos. The 4th of July is going to be chaos. Parking is chaos. It's fucking chaos to get on the highway on fucking Friday. Everything's fucking chaos. Keep your peace, bro. Keep your peace. Keep your peace. And as far as relationships, yeah, you're good. Wherever you are, you're good with it. You don't need to be worrying about it. Again, guys, God's working in that department for you. Why are you chasing a fucked up relationship? Haven't you seen? They're not all fucked up. Don't get me wrong. They're not. But even from the beginning, you're biting your tongue. You're trying to dress it all up. You're trying to be so perfect in this situation. They say weird things that you're trying to accept. You're asking for a lot in this bullshit. I just want someone to love me. Are you being lovable? How hard are you to love? What kind of love? Do you want them to love you or lust you? You want someone that you want to hold on to and never let go of? What are we talking here? Are we talking about love, codependency, lust? Work through that, please, and thank you. In the essence, know what you're really looking for if you just want a placeholder in your life. Ooh, that was kind of mean. Alright, let's move on to Capricorn and your funny love stories here. Where are the Capricorns at in love, God? What message do you have for them? Oh, you're in a hanged man, huh? Well, you don't know what to do. What is God telling you to do? He's telling you, not us. You're sitting there hung because you won't make the right decision. You know exactly what you're supposed to do, people. The only reason you don't know what to do is because you're arguing with yourself. Really? Mm-hmm. You're hung up on what to do, but you know what you gotta do. You're giving yourself two options when there's not one. And that's why you're stuck, because you're trying to get out of something. You just need to do it. Do it. Where's the hangman anyways? I don't really know. There it is. I'm not going to read all of this. This is a story about Odin. This is a card of forced suspension and inaction, which is exactly what you need at the present time. If you're trying to push things forward, you'll just be wasting your energy. Trying to get it done with, trying to force things to happen, trying to get over this hump. This is an opportunity to turn your attention from material concern and focus on awareness inwards as a valuable spiritual lesson is being offered you. When God stops, and that's it, God stops your material world so that you can be, if I can't go out and be part of the world, then that means he wants me to sit in and be part of his world. You're still part. You can't, you know what I mean? You still have a part to play even when you're not part of everything. Let's see. The hangman demands sacrifice. He requires that you relinquish control and surrender to a higher purpose. Yeah, you're tied up, bro. You gotta surrender and let him do this. You gotta let him work in your life. And the works, obviously, by this point, you don't like what he's doing. And you're kicking and screaming and cursing and trying to control what he's trying to, you know what I mean? In essence, he's always destroying your life to create you a new one. He's telling you to stay still and just sit there and watch. Because you're watching him destroy all your hard work. It may be that you've given up a cherished belief, a dream, attitude, habits, deep-seated anger, desire, negative emotions, bad relationships, a stressful job, or pursuit of money in order for you to reconnect with your spiritual purpose. The word sacrifice means to make sacred. Like the tribal shaman on a vision quest, this is time when you can experience profound insight, when wilder possibilities open up. When you create that sacred space, sacred things happen in that space. They have to disconnect you from time and space to bring you back to a sacred space where they can talk to you. You can't hear them. You can't hear the voice of God, your ancestors, your archangels, your dead family members that are really trying to get through to you. So they have to pull you out because they can't send messages to you where you're at. All right? If you refuse to, this is the reverse, if you refuse to heed the spiritual lesson, the same situation will repeat itself again and again until you do. In the context of a relationship, you're getting the same fucking message as Scorpio. Take some space from this relationship right now. You're in too deep. It doesn't necessarily mean a relationship with another person. It could be a relationship with your family, a relationship with your money, a relationship with your career, a relationship with your hobbies or projects. You're too deep in it. You need to step back. You're not seeing it. You're giving it too much. It's taking too much, and that's not the way that this is going to work. Okay? You keep trying to force your way through and remain in control. That means you're trying to control the job, you're trying to control the outcome, you're trying to control another person. Closing your ears to the voice of your higher self, which is attempting to direct you on another course. It's your heart, bro. You're refusing to listen to your heart. Your mind is trying to talk you out of it. It's scared. It always is. But your mind, your heart's telling you no. Your mind's like, no, but no, but no, but no. Your heart's like, no, it's a fucking no. And the only reason you're sitting there stuck like this is because you won't give in to your heart. It's hard. You have to take control of it, dude. I can hear your mind and your heart. I know that. I sit in between both of them all day. You have to act in your heart's knowing, bro. You have to go against your better judgment. This is how you become spiritual. How you overtake the conscious, by fighting it, by taking control, by not letting it win. Sometimes it's right, and you really got to listen to your fucking brain on this one. But right now, no, you got to listen to your heart. Your brain's just trying to protect you from any heartache, but your heart is not, it's already aching. And it's trying to tell your brain that this is what's causing me pain. And your brain's like, no, shut up. It's not that. You're being melodramatic. No, bro, you're not happy. Page 155. 55 means immediate change and to let go. It's a good one for you guys, Capricorn. It's not hard. They're asking you for fucking self-discipline on this one. Yeah, I know you love them. Doesn't mean you don't love them. You need to pull out for a minute and step back. Your love for them is consuming you. Your love for this situation and your desire to want to make it work is consuming you. Watch yourselves. Watch yourselves. Alright, where's Aquarius? Maybe if I stare at this long enough, I'll remember something. Are you remembering anything? Alright, let's see what's up with Aquarius. What do you got for the Aquarius? Ooh, Queen of Swords. You guys gotta be direct, bro. I am the Queen of Swords. What does that mean? Assertive and truthful. Honest and forthright. You're coming at him. You're not waiting for your king or your knight. You're going to grab your sword and you're going to come at them and expect the fucking truth. When you pull that sword out, you mean business. That's what that means. The Queen of Swords is deadly on her own. She doesn't need a king. The king is only going to tell her to calm down. You need to be very serious and direct about your situations right now. If you're not in a relationship, then this means that you need to have this kind of talk with yourself. You need to be very serious with yourself and sit down and be like, you're being a whole fucking cunt. You're being a pussy chaser. You're out here on some fucking, want to get rich on some dick type shit. You need to have that hard ass, divine masculine to the divine feminine conversation within yourself. If not, then you need to you need to have that conversation with someone else. The Queen of Swords is always about cutting through the bullshit, bro. In the reverse, it's a backstabbing bitch. In the up front, this is the bitch that runs at war. Know that. So you guys need to be very serious about your situations, Aquarius. Which is, it's kind of like a take charge. You gotta handle this. And with your swords is with your words, bro. You need to let your words cut. It needs to cut through the bullshit on this one. Cups, wands, swords. Queen of Swords. Let's see. Hers is the power of imagination and positive thought to bring things into being, which is one of the first principles of magic. Use the powerful creative energy that surrounds you now to shape your future and manifest your vision into the world, but always be true to your ideals. This can be a great time of insight for inspiration coming from unexpected sources. This card is particularly fortuitous to poets, bards, and writers. On a Mercury day, this is where you speak that good shit, bro. This is that time to have those conversations with the board. This is that time to go talk to HR. This is that time to go talk to, the higher ups. This is the Karen card. Let me talk to your manager. Be careful how you talk, because again, you can be a reverse King of Swords out here, or Queen of Swords out here being a whole ass Karen, just talking shit. Use your words wisely. They hate anyone telling them what they should or shouldn't, or how they should behave. Be intelligent, sophisticated with love of art, music, and poetry. Have very high ideals and make loyal friends, unconventional and quick-witted with a dry sense of humor. Be fiercely honest, a seeker after the truth, who sees beyond the surface of things and demands fairness. You see the fuck shit? You interrupt. Hold on. Did I just hear what I think I heard you say? This is that card where you got to stand up in the board meeting. You got to be that loud voice. Can somebody pass me the mic? Does anyone have any questions? Yes, that's me. Ask questions. Get to the bottom of this. Don't get, don't get played. Get to the bottom of it. Do your due diligence. Do your work. Use your words wisely. All right. In reverse, it's an inability to let go of past grief, trauma, secrets that cloud your thinking. Don't let your sorrows obscure the good things that are still in your life. And that's being resentful and shit, real hateful of the fact that, you didn't get invited to the party, or so-and-so hooked up and you really had a crush on them. These are all things, bro, that were in your control. You didn't act up. You didn't show up at the party. You were waiting for an invitation. Some of them, yeah, you need an actual invitation, but you could have just showed up there and been the party. As far as that dude or that chick that you're mad about that you lost, you didn't lose them because you didn't take an attempt. Do you lose things? Are you a loser? No, you're a winner, but you didn't go after this. So don't act like you lost something here. Be real with yourself. Perhaps, let's see. The reverse of this is asking yourself whether this mindset makes you happy or helps you grow. You've lost yourself somewhere along the way. Alright, let's see. Also, some of the negative qualities are being superficially attractive but manipulative, being narrow-minded and unforgiving, quick to take offense, and who delights in belittling others. You know what I mean? Gossipers and shit like that. On the other hand, this could be describing you if you've slipped into a habit of looking at life in a negative way. It's all how you see it. Things aren't going your way, so you're not pleased with it. Can you take action in that? Is there something you can do or say that'll change the way things are going? Or is it the way that you're going about it and the things that you're saying? You guys got some relationship things to talk about for sure. The Queen of Swords is a hard one. It's like, we need to talk. That's that we need to talk card. For sure, and this is going to be ugly. We're going to get down to it. No, you're not leaving the dinner table until we're done. That's that card right there. But at the same time, it could be a bossy-ass bitch. No, you tell me, who is she? And you tell me. Careful now. Careful now. Alright, let's see here. What do we got for Pisces? We're doing good. 30 minutes, and I've already went through half of them. I'm always concerned, because I could spend a fucking hour and a half on one fucking card, telling you a whole life story of how to live your fucking life. Just trying to give you some relationship advice. What do you got for the Pisces in their relationship? Oh, you are in love. Well, hey, way to go. Somebody out of this whole fucking wheel of fucking fortune should have been there. Alright, you're like, no, I'm not in love. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not in love with anyone. Do you love yourself? Are you in a good loving space with yourself, with your children, with your dog, with life, with God? That's what this means too. It doesn't mean about being in love with somebody. It means about being in love. Yeah, you want to be in love with somebody, but that doesn't really work out right. That means that you love them and you're trying to get them to love you back. This is about just being loving, being in love. Naturally, yeah, some of you might be in a loving relationship, but those of you that aren't and you're in love with yourself, you're well on your way to a very loving relationship. That's me. That's just in love with yourself, not hating yourself, not displeased with yourself. When you love yourself like that, and we're not talking about these pompous, egotistical, oh, look at me, and I love me, and I'm so great, and no, that's for show. That's for show, bro. That's cocky, that's blown up bullshit. That's egotistical love. When you just have a content, and that's what it is. It's like you have pleasure, you take pleasure in who you are, and you're content with who you are, and you see that you're totally worthy of love, and you're a loving being. Cool. Alright? Ultimately, this card is about love, but both human and divine love. Everyone has felt the intense emotion of love at some time, a transformative experience that makes you feel more alive, more fulfilled, more connected to everything else, which takes you outside of yourself and gives you a glimpse of paradise. It's just a feeling. It doesn't mean that a person gave it to you. You just, you just love it. The Lover's card is often described, and that can be, some of us are very nature-friendly, where you could take us just into a place of nature and we are just filled with so much love for where we are and what we're seeing. We're just filled with it. You can see it coming out of our eyes that we just are really in love with what's been presented to us. The Lover card often describes a life-changing choice, choosing something or someone your soul needs on your path of spiritual growth. I've been in love, I love everyone, but being in that loving spirit of where it's like your heart is calling to this and you are like so scared, but your heart really wants it, and just the very thought of it makes you feel good. It's a good feeling. Denying that sucks. Trying to control that sucks. Why not just go all out and be out for a week? 1 week of 1 year is better than fucking spending all year trying to hold it down. The love of God and Goddess is poured out upon the earth, and their law is love for all beings, an unconditional love that is measureless and infinite. When you act from unconditional love, it is a reward in itself, joyful and liberating. Forgiveness is the greatest act of love that you can perform, and one which frees you from the burden of negative feelings. I used to be very cool. I'd hold grudges to people. You know what I mean? One's name, I'd be like, fuck them. And I could give you a laundry list of why I say fuck them. And I didn't like you because you like them. You know what I mean? I used to be like that. And hold on to all of that fuck them attitude. But I just chose to, just let go. I mean, I didn't. I fought. I had to fight my mind and what it believed about them in the situation and reprogram it in love. But it just works better that way. It really does. To not walk, to walk through the streets and not worry about seeing someone you hate or don't want to see, or someone that's wronged you. When you walk through forgiveness, you don't care if you see them because it doesn't bother you anymore if you do. Forgiveness is the greatest act of love you can perform, and which frees you from the burdens of negative feelings. That's what lets it go, those bad feelings, when you just is like, I'll let it. You can't just give them forgiveness, you have to work it through your brain. Why am I forgiving them? Because everybody should be forgiven. No, this is unforgivable. That's not true. And you go on the foundations of God, you have to argue with yourself. Is this really unforgivable? Have you never forgave someone for this? You're never going to? What if you did this? Would God never forgive you? And you have to argue with your brain and tell your brain to forgive them. Why? Just so you can have peace, bro. Fuck them. Fuck them. You still don't want anything to do with them. You just don't want to feel gross every time you think of them. That's all that is, bro. It's all about you. Fuck them. They're still, even if you forgive them, every time they see you, they're going to be filled with all those feelings too. Animosity, hate, regret, fucking all of this. This is for you, buddies. Fuck them. Remember that unconditional love is given to all beings freely. And that's it. It's because you love yourself enough to not want to feel like this all the time. As I said yesterday, being pissed off is just a choice. I could stay pissed off at you. I could keep feeding myself over and over, keep reliving what you did to piss me off. Or I could work real hard to stop being pissed off at you and move on. It takes a lot of energy to stop, but it takes twice as much energy to keep it going. Think about all the energy fucking Kendrick has to hold. Does he really give a shit? No, he's just got to hold up that fucking energy. Was there anything that fucking Drake ever did that was so unforgivable that called for this action, bro? No. He just wanted to fight. He had a lot of fight in him, and he had to let it out on someone. Well, are you done fighting now? Are you done fighting your friends? Did he hurt your feelings? Where did this all happen? Why'd you show off like this? It had nothing to do with a lack of love for his brother. It had to do with a lack of love for himself and self-discipline. He wanted to be heard. He wanted to be that rapper that went off on another rapper. He was just waiting for a rapper to go off on. I wish you would have tried that shit with someone else. I think you picked the right one, bro. In the essence, it's like, you think Drake wasn't, didn't want to give into it? He didn't feel offended by some of the words that came out of that mouth? He didn't feel slighted that he kept fucking coming around and dancing around him? He didn't feel... You act like he didn't feel it. He controlled his feelings. He rose above them. I don't give a fuck who you are. You come into my neighborhood doing all that shit, I'm gonna feel some type of way. You think he didn't feel some type of way that this guy did it to, on the fucking Grammys? He did it on the fucking Super Bowl. He did it here, and they dancing around his whole town saying how much he fucking hates him. How does Drake feel? Oh, you hate me? Oh, you hate me? You really hate me, don't you? That's how it is. It's like, I guess, if you want to hate me then. Fucking hate me all you want. Just keep hating me for the rest of your fucking life. I didn't do shit to you, bitch. Like, he didn't. He didn't do shit to Kendrick, dude. He said that they were the top 3. And Kendrick's like, no, bitch, you're a fucking pedophile, and you ain't like us, and you ain't nothing, bitch, and I'm the shit. Like, okay, I guess. You're the shit, bro. Whatever you say, bro. Keep saying it as loud as you need to hear it. It's all love, I guess. It should have been. It really should have been. That's where Cole came out. His Holy Spirit was like, you're not playing with these boys like this. You know better than this. We don't do this. This isn't what makes you powerful. This is what makes rappers weak. You better get out of this shit. Cole was like, I'm sorry I ever did this. My God said I shouldn't have been doing this. I'm out of this. Here comes Kanye. Bitch. Kanye, you're a big ass bitch, bro. Pull a fucking rap battle with somebody and watch them rap you up, you fat man. Old ass. Can't even rhyme. Can't even speak in a sentence. The thought of you trying to curate fucking rhymes is hilarious. Do you guys think that Kanye can rap anymore? Like he can put two words together and make a fucking syllable? He can't put 4 words together to make a sentence. It takes multiple sentences to be a rapper. And they have to fucking, mean something and rhyme. You think that Kanye West has any of those abilities anymore? He's trying to slip and slide at a fucking Diddy party. Sorry, moving on. Is this you, Kanye? Are you a Pisces? Alright, Pisces, let's move on. In a reading, the choice you face might be rewarding new career, belief system, or a person you feel is your soulmate. The card can represent a committing and loving relationship, but it's never flirtatious or brief affair. Meaning you feel it, bro. Don't fuck this up. You feel that this is a good one. You found a wifey. I said that yesterday. I'm looking for a dude that's got wifey material written all over him. Whatever it is, it exerts a powerful, overwhelming attraction. And even if you know that it may create difficulties, that means you just fell in love with your your girlfriend's best friend. This is going to be difficult to explain. She loves you too, huh? She's always giving you the eyes. She's trying to give you the pussy. You guys are in trouble. Be careful, Pisces. Unless it's a real soulmate and you're not just trying to knock the boots. However, it's important that you make the right choice. The rockiest road is sometimes the one we need to travel in order to find fulfillment. Nobody ever has that conversation. I'll have that conversation. Yeah, I loved you until I met someone just like you that's even better than you. You love your friend too, don't you? Well, why would you think I wasn't going to love them? It's a difficult conversation to be had. Leave it to God to put me between 2 best friends. Hey, bro. I don't know what to tell you if you're in love with your girlfriend, boyfriend's best friend, but you need to address it and quit acting stupid because the best friend knows, and the girlfriend or boyfriend is definitely catching on to something here. If this story resonates with you, or you're the boyfriend or you're the friend, let me tell you a funny story. Let me tell you about Ron. I kicked Ron's ass for that shit. The fuck are you doing, disrespecting my relationship like this? I don't know what he was thinking. I have no idea. But we all died when it happened. Ron in the middle of a get-together. Ron want to stand up in the middle of the crowd and confess his love to me and to my husband. Hey, bro, I just want you to know I'm in love with her. What? I love her, bro. I am so in love with her. And I'm just sitting here like, what? What? He's in essence, he's asking my husband for a chance at me, I think is what's happening. Well, how the fuck? What the fuck? I remember dragging him out of my second story apartment and taking him out into the fucking alley and beating his ass, fucking swinging on him. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? The fuck is wrong with you? I'm sure he expected that out of my man, but again, my men aren't shit. So I was very disrespected by that. Nah, Nika, I don't like your ass. What the fuck are you doing right now? He sat there for so long. What a brave man, right? Oh, God, my brothers and sisters, I feel like I want to reach out just to remind him of that fucking story. We were all there. We were playing dominoes and everything. The whole hood was there. This dude want to confess his love. It was a crazy story. I mean, but he had to be so fucking brave. He had to be so fucking brave. Hey, if you're that person, bro, just clear the wind and be like, I mean, I was offended, but maybe they won't be. Just at least let them know it's the truth. Stop acting like you ain't in love with your best friend's girl. They weren't best friends. It was weird as fuck. I'm just saying. Alright. Here's for you oppositers. You made the wrong choice in selfish reasons, and now you're blaming everyone and everything but yourself. That's an all... I fucking Lumen Moon, I almost snapped on her. She made 3 videos about that shit yesterday. It's like, stop reading the cards if that's all you're going to read is the same repetitive message of how they made the wrong choice. Perhaps a relationship is not as harmonious because you want different things from life. Perhaps you are out of harmony with yourself. Examine your ethics and belief system and resolve to act from what you know to be true and right in the future. Bro, you know you're in a shit-ass relationship when you want somebody else's. That's that time to have that hard text, that hard call, bro. Nobody wants to break up because you're afraid of how bad this is going to blow up in your face. And you don't want to get broken up with. You don't want to get dumped, and you don't want to dump nobody. It's not about being dumped. It's about moving on. You're going to stay there because you're too afraid to move on? You're too afraid of that conversation? You're too afraid to start over? I'd rather start over than stay stuck in some bullshit. Pisces, you got a lot of love problems going on here. Start with loving yourself. And otherwise, you're in a good, loving relationship, and maybe it's time to take it to that next thing, to make that full-on commitment. Quit dating them. Quit writing them. Quit testing them, and just... You know, I thought about that last night. When? I don't know. I was laying in bed. It's like, how long... Who did I think about? It was NF and his wife is where it came from. She said something about her hubby, and I started thinking to myself, I was like, how long were you fucking this bitch before you decided to marry this bitch? What happened in your head where you decided to make this plunge, like, this is my bitch. I'm gonna fuck this bitch for the rest of my life. Sorry, that's not very romantic in any sense, or just, I don't know. She looks like a fucking idiot to me. She's literally dumb as fucking doornails. Most of your bitches are, and I just sit there wondering, at what point in your life did you say, this is it? This is the woman to make me? Was it when she was riding your dick? At what point were you like, this is the one? Poor NF. Hi, doggy. There's my doggy. That's a sad story. He's a good man, like the rest of my men, and they're gonna leave a shitty relationship to make themselves happy. They're people pleasers. They're gonna make sure that their wives and children are happy. They don't care if they're not happy. What do you do all day, NF? You don't have a job. You sit all day watching her make all that food and crap. You're never in any of the pictures, bro. You're never part of it. You sit there and play daddy and ride the fucking, vacuum the floors with your son all day and shit. You just let her run the house and you just run away from her and the kids all day. Shit. He's a great man. He could really be exciting and be adventurous, but not in that family. And you doggy. I love my nana in the morning. Alright, you gotta wait. I got 6 more signs. Gotta wait. You gotta wait. Alright, let's see. What else do we got going on? Pisces, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Do what's right for you. Aries, oh god, there's a bunch of people that aren't fucking... How can you have love when you don't have identity? Sorry, I mean that in the best way. Oh god. I'd put your name behind it, but I promise to never do that type of shit. You see what's going on in Wolfman's bullshit, weenie ass, fucking truffle buttering, fucking love life. Double dipper. He's the big double dipper. Alright, what's for the Aries? Oh. Shh. Shh. This is the High Priestess card is. Shh. It's quiet. What does that mean? There's pretty much nothing going. You're just looking at it. I didn't know. I'm a High Priestess. I know how the love life of a High Priestess goes. Your views are changing and your life with them. You're about to undergo a new level of enlightenment and spiritual development. You may be inspired to be creative, and this is particularly good for poets and writers. Yep, on a Wednesday. The High Priestess card can be a noble, spiritual woman like myself that's all of that shit. That's the describing it. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out more of this. This is a card of mystery that represents the link to the subconscious mind and the inner world of the self that cannot be accessed through intellect or waking conscious, but which is only revealed in dreams and symbols. As far as love life, I would just say, honestly, you know what I mean? It's obscure to you. You can't see what's going on in your love life. And you're never really supposed to. Why? Because that's God's department, bro. Like always, God, what are you doing about my love life? I mean, seriously? He's trying to get you to love yourself before he brings you a husband or wife. If you really want to know about it. Alright, the reverse meaning. There's something that you're not seeing. The psychic insights that you may have been, or that you may be receiving may be confusing or misinterpreted. You may be plagued with bad dreams and nightmares. Perhaps you're not listening to your intuition or ignoring something you know deep down to be true. You may be too busy with everyday concerns to pay attention to your emotions or spirituality, and perhaps you've completely retreated from the world to spend all your time navel gazing and not paying attention to real life. She can mean that you failed to come to terms with yourself as a woman, and if you're a man, it indicates that you're overly emotional and make yourself a doormat for others. Yeah, that sounds like my men. If you think about a priestess, the priestess is in a relationship with anyone but God. So in essence, if we're talking about you and your relationship, then it's right now, regardless to where you are, you're not really active in your current relationships. You're really retreating into your relationships and more in your subconscious about what's going on. If you're in a relationship with an Aries right now, they're not present. They're not emotionally or mentally available to you right now. And if they are, they're... Speaking of this douchebag, it could be that he's gaining occult knowledge on a superficial level without any comprehension of its true significance, merely to impress others, so that he can catch a date on this bullshit. Basically that's what it means. If you pull the High Priestess, it means that I'm not even part of this world right now. I'm not even part of the conversation. So as far as you and your relationships, honestly, if you're in the High Priestess card as an Aries, you've tapped out. You're not really part of the relationship right this moment. You're going through a spiritual awakening. And of course, these don't happen in couples. It happens singularly to one or the other. And hopefully they mirror it. But usually when you come out of it, you're pretty disgusted with the person in front of your face. Just a fair warning to those of you cross watchers. See what's going on with the Taurus. And their love life. Oh, wow, that was a lot of cards. I'm not taking any of those. Let's just keep shuffling. That's just it. It's like, it's pretty simplistic. You don't want to keep digging. Just go with the basic, you know. You don't want too much information. Less is more. What do I need to work on today in my love life? And then you shouldn't be looking every day. You should be like, all right, let me stay on this track for a while. All right, Taurus, what do you guys got? Ooh. Things aren't looking so good in love. Five of Coins, huh? This is about restrictions. The restriction of this card might be a financial one. You could be feeling run down or ill or facing difficulties in getting a diagnosis or treatment, or struggling to recover from a debilitating condition. In the sense of love, it just means that this shit is falling apart. Be persistent and keep asking questions and pressing the health professionals, and don't neglect your health. Alternatively, you might be feeling lonely and restricted within a relationship. Perhaps you are caring for a handicapped partner or a child, and this is wearing you down, causing you worries, or you could have chosen a relationship that alienates you from your family, social circle, and are beginning to feel some regret about it. As I said this, it's like, you know, I was seeing Wolfman, you know, all of them last week were challenging my masculinity. How nice would it be to go out on a date with a girl that has money, that could pay for you? I know it would be appalling to your pride, but wouldn't it be nice to have somebody give you a gift instead of you always feeding these hoes? I'm serious. The whole start of any of his relationships is him putting out money to go feed these bitches. That's just it. It's like, what if you went out on a date and they actually fed you? Well, how amazing the dynamics would change, where you weren't in power, but you were being loved. Would you feel loved if a woman took the tab, or you'd feel disrespected? That says more about your fucking weird, twisted belief system. Why can't I do something nice for you and you accept it as love? Why does it have to be offensive? Ooh, too much in your manhood, huh? That goes to you taking care of handicapped people. You're used to taking care of broke bitches. All of you are. You're used to taking care of people and nobody ever taking care of you. People pleasers. Moving on. What sign is this? Taurus? Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, let's see. The reverse card signals a difficult period is coming to an end. You might find employment, a better job, means to rescue your business, or solution to another important problem. Progress will be slow, but things will improve. Though you might have to swallow your pride and accept help. Take comfort. Your strength and determination in difficult circumstances have given you a greater understanding of how the world works and just how strong you are. Let's see. The reverse card can show that a troubled relationship is ending, and whether you realize it or not, this is a good thing, as it has been damaging you on many levels. Page 111. Guys, especially Taurus, you guys just want to fucking love. You want to give all your fucking love. You're like me. You're like real fucking bullheaded about it. They're not receiving it well, and they're not giving it back to you. They're just holding a big fat red flag, and you're running at it. That's what I'm getting out of this. Be very careful, you know what I mean? These very loving beings, dude, you're giving your love and not being loved back. That's all I can say. And that's what this card says, too. You know what I mean? If you're giving too much to a situation that isn't giving to you, then you need to stop giving to it. It's not the more you give, the better it'll be. No. The better off they are as you're giving this, but you're losing yourself in all of this giving. It's an equal give and receive. You're not responsible for holding up this whole relationship. You're not the first. You don't have to be the first one to call and the last one to text. You don't have to be the initiator all the time. If they're not taking any initiative towards this relationship, it is time to go find someone that wants to invest in you the way you invest in others. Okay, Taurus? Be careful of that sensitive heart. You got a hard mind, but a very weak heart. So shit like this. Alright, let's move on to our Geminis, our two-faced mofos. Can't balance the two coins there. Hey, you have something to do with Jupiter? Nope, negative. Nope. Ruler. Mercury. Positive ruler is Mercury. The negative ruler is Jupiter. Interesting. Well, this is your day, Geminis. What do they got for you in your love advice? Same as Sagittarius. You're good. Yeah, maybe you don't have a love right now. You're good. Love's on its way. You've got enough love flowing through you that you're good. I'm not going to reread this card. Go catch it in the Sagittarius. Things are good. You're in harmony right now. You're in harmony with yourself, and life is in harmony with you. The last thing you want is disharmony with a fucking lover right now. It's not that you don't need it right now. It's just that you're okay without it. Just be okay. Everything's okay. You don't need to strive for it. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to work at it. This means that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, which in essence is a scary thought that God's ready to bring in, He's ready to bring it into you. He's ready to bring in that happy relationship. You're happy. You're in a good place. We're going to bring you something good. They're always bringing you something. Gemini, you're doing good. I'm not going to go any further than this. All right, let's see what's up with the Cancers. The Crabbies. They're crabby. You're being crabby. What do you got? You're in the Ace of Cups. You're starting love. You're at the beginning of love. You're opening up to love. You're considering love. You're starting to barely give love or receive love. It's a good start. It all starts somewhere. All right, learn from the rest of us signs that are further in this bullshit. Let's see. This is about pure love. When it appears, it brings an opportunity for deep emotional and spiritual fulfillment. You are surrounded by love, but like water, love is an emotion that flows, and it can be blocked by negative feelings. You must open yourself to the power of love by forgiving and letting go of past hurts, allowing fear, grief, and sadness and hatred to trickle away from your heart. And love, I'm seeing something for you guys in particular. Love, healing, abundance, and spiritual connection will pour in. There are many cases where you guys are in a good relationship and just some mistakes are made. And for you in particular, I'm getting this for you guys, Cancer. Forgive them. They made a mistake. Now, I'm not saying that you need to forgive everything. They shouldn't be whooping your ass and shit like that. But sometimes people make some mistakes and your feelings get hurt. Some people are fully unaware that what they did was going to hurt you. I didn't know that was going to hurt your feelings. Some of this can really be resolved within the relationship. You don't have to walk out of a relationship because you were unforgiving to their mistakes. I didn't say this for everybody, but I feel this in this card that in your relationship, your partner made a mistake, and you can use this as fuel to end this relationship, but there's no need to. Compromise is what keeps relationships to going. You could have made that mistake, and if you didn't make it with them, I'm sure you've been in a relationship where you made the same mistake before, and they didn't forgive you. Don't you pass on that unforgiveness. Don't give people an opportunity to disappoint you. Give them an opportunity to surprise you. And that's it. Don't keep giving them opportunities thinking they're going to surprise you and it's just a disappointment. But give them enough chances to, you know what I mean, to prove themselves to you. Don't let, one bad mistake ruin the whole thing. We all make mistakes in a relationship, bro. That was very inappropriate, Holy Spirit. Honestly, you don't want to know. It's so inappropriate. Really? I said maybe they slid it in your butt by accident. Sorry, I tried to keep it from you. I don't know if this resonates for someone, but it was an accident. They didn't mean to hurt you. Could be. I mean, things get a little slip and slidey down there. In the essence, maybe they didn't actually physically do anything to you, but it had been a pain in your ass and didn't mean to really bother you so badly. They didn't know that their actions were really that, you know what I mean, annoying or something. Whatever it is, I'm catching in this. For you guys, for Cancer, you need to forgive your partnership and give it another chance. You'll never really hear me say some shit like that. I have to see a picture to make that one come out. Whenever the Ace of Cups manifests, it brings love. A new loving relationship may develop, or an existing partnership might move to a new level of sharing and understanding. And this is it. Have those hard conversations. Don't run away from a hard conversation. You know what I mean? A hard conversation can really build your relationship. And that's it. Those conversations that we had that week with Twin Flame X, it was exciting for me to be able to talk about deep stuff with somebody. There may be celebrations for marriage, engagement, pregnancy, or birth. You could find work that fulfills you on many levels. All right. Now in the reverse, indicates emotional disappointment or sadness. This could be a relationship breakup, infertility, miscarriage, or depression. This has made you close your soul to the flow of life, leaving you feel empty and unloved. Yeah, I'm never going to fall in love again, and I can't ever have babies, and nobody's ever going to love me, and all this stuff. That's closing yourself off to possibilities. Just because one thing happened doesn't mean it's, you can't have a life. I'm never going to date again. I was this person. I cut myself off completely to the idea of love. Based on what had happened. It's a lot of work to rehabilitate yourself, to go out there and believe in it again. But if you don't, then you're just going to die upset, hurt. You're just going to die hurt. If I don't do this, then my story ends with my fucking terrible ex-husband or Bobby. Those aren't great stories, bro. You have to change the story. You gotta change it. The only way you can change it is, changing yourself and letting God make you a new story. I'm not gonna be Marshall Mathers, bro. I'm not gonna be 50 years old and have given up on love and never fucking got married again. Never had the touch of another man. Never fucking got, had sex. I'm not gonna be him, bro. As much as I love him, he is the reason I keep going. And I talk about him to everybody when they don't want to fucking accept love. Don't be like Eminem. Don't be like Eminem. Don't be like Eminem, bro. This man could love anyone and anyone would love him, but he won't fucking forgive and let love in. Don't be like him. You know it. Any woman would love him. They'd even act stupid for him. They'd do whatever he said. He could R. Kelly the shit out of some bitches. They'd love him to death. And he could have women accept more women. He could have like 5 women that had force, tell them that they all have to be together and play together to be his woman, like Neo. And would. He could have any form of love, but he's afraid of it. He's afraid of love. Don't be that. I won't. He keeps me pushing. As long as I don't end up like him, I'm doing good. Sorry, but that's the truth. I woke up and realized I was just like you, and I had given up already 5 years of my life. I wasn't going to give up anymore. Yeah, it took me 3 years of this rehabilitation, but I got a wedding dress and fucking lingerie, and I'm ready to have babies. I may have given up, but I picked myself back up and got back in the game. Yeah, I got played a lot. That's part of it. Dating record is learning how you are. I didn't have a dating record. And I don't even remember them. I was only with a couple guys my whole life. How could I know how to deal with guys dealing with 2 assholes like this? They didn't teach me anything about how to be in love, how to love a man, how to be with a man, what a man is. They didn't teach me any of that. I had to go out there and learn what men were really about. How they think, how they feel, how they act. You're going to need to do the same, Marshall. You're choosing not to be loved. You're choosing to deny yourself the best part of life. And you're a lovable man, bro. Why can't you just let someone love you? Because your fears of because of what you turned into before. Well, they didn't make you turn into it. You did, because you didn't have control. I choose to believe you have much more control over your life this far in life. You may even feel as though your faith has let you down and your spiritual connection is lost. Remember that the Grail is always present, always available, and you can choose whether or not to accept it. Who are we on? Cancer. You guys can choose to accept people's love, or you can reject it. Every time somebody wants to wants to spend time with you, or buy you something, or give you a compliment, you keep rejecting that. That's fine, but that's, those are their small tokens of love that you don't want in your life. They're trying to love you. You know what I mean? They're trying to have a connection with you. They're trying to get to you, and you're not trying to let anyone in because of your hard shell. Because you're real tender inside, and you're trying to protect yourself from an old thing. People have hurt us in the past. We're not protecting ourselves from an old hurt. It's old. We're just holding on to it. Keep that in mind, Cancers. Alright, let's move through this as quickly as possible. I'm ready to have some coffee or something. Do something better with my life. Tell people how to love. Alright, Leos. I don't really fuck with the Leos. I don't know much about you, Leos. Uranus and Saturn. That's probably why. Strong, positive nature, ambitious, optimistic, open, sincere, genuinely trusting. I know a Leo. Alright, let's see. What's your love message? Oh, you got options. You got a lot of options, and they don't look so good. What does that mean? It just means that you can have whatever you want, but be careful because you don't really want what's in that shit. It just looks good. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but the food is just literally, frozen. You are discontented. While daydreaming is pleasurable, make sure that you are not mistaking illusion for reality. Don't lose yourself in sensual pleasures like drugs and alcohol. You may have been neglecting your spiritual life, or equally, you might be flitting from one thing to another, confusing fact with fantasy. Do not follow the path of illusion. It is a dead end. Fulfillment cannot be obtained by shortcuts or drugs, and it can't be bought. This card also means that many opportunities surround you, but you cannot keep all the options open forever. And that's you playing the field. Well, I really like this one because of this, and I really like this one because of this, and I really like this one because of this. They're not a wardrobe that you put on. There's nothing wrong with these people. There's something wrong with you. It's not like, you know, well, this one's really good in bed, but she doesn't know how to cook well. That's stupid as fuck. Are you going to spend all your time in bed, or are you going to be hungry more than fucking? And in the essence, if she doesn't know how to cook well, how can you fix that? You can teach her how to cook. If there's no pleasure in poking the pussy, then you got big problems than this. And that's just it. It's like, you know what I mean? Don't be playing around like, well, this girl has a good job, but this girl has kids. It's not, come on. She has to have a good job to take care of those kids. Stupid. Girls that don't have kids don't usually push as hard. Why? Because they can get a guy like you to pay for shit. Ooh. Remember that things are not always as they seem, and what appears to be the most appealing choice turn out to be a poison chalice. And that's exactly what all my fucking twin flames that chose differently are learning. You got a fucking poisoned ass bitch. She's poisoned. She's damaged goods. She's fucking her mother's daughter. She looked good on paper though, right? She felt good in bed. Is this woman gonna fucking love you and honor you and have your children? Is this a woman you want to... Oh, Jesus Christ. And that's where, you know, I'm looking at Bridge Fit. It's like, shit. You made her a mother and that's all she is now. That's all she's good for. Really? Yeah, that's all she is. She's no longer his partner. She's those kids' mother, bro. Really? Mm-hmm. Yup. He's so not the person to be cheating, not to even masturbate, not nothing, just to go unhappy, just be so built up with unhappiness. Oh, you poor guy. I wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole in the sense of I'm not physically attracted to you like that. But it doesn't mean that there's not a million women that aren't. And you fucking, you know, being in a happy relationship. I mean, it's just going against your programming, Nate. The church says you're not supposed to get divorced. Dude, she's gonna be a great mother without you. How much sex does she give you? She doesn't need you to be a great mother. You gave her what she wanted in this world, was to be a mother. Obviously. That's all she wants to be, is a mother. You gave it to her. She's not worried about being your wife. She's worried about being their mother. The best mother ever. What does this have to do with her mother anyways? What does this have to do with her mother? This is where it all stems from. Remember that things are not always what they seem, and what appears to be the most appealing choice may turn out to be a poison chalice. Leos. You're living in a dream world trying to escape the real one. Perhaps you're using drugs and alcohol to do it. Alternatively, you may be spending all your time dreaming, meditating, or doing trance work, leaving you ungrounded and unbalanced. You need to come back to earth. What is it that you're afraid of in the real world? Are you letting genuine opportunities pass you by to escape into a fantasy life? Wake up. You have some serious choices to make, guys. That's what this card is about. And that you thinking you have more options than you really do. None of this is really an option. You just keep playing it as oh, well, I could do this, and I could do this, and I could do this. And can you really do any of that? Or just keeping that in the, you're just keeping that in the back of your mind. And then if we're talking about your relationship status and you've got like 7 girls that you can choose from, if any of them were worth choosing, you wouldn't have the other 6. If any of them kept your full, attention, then the other ones couldn't get your attention. Leos, get your shit together, bro. It's kind of disturbing. It's like you're playing the field, bro, and there's nothing on it. There's nothing on this field, bro. Really? That's what it looks like to me. It's all illusions to me. Alright, let's finish this up with Virgo, and you guys can go on and have a great Wednesday, and I could too. Again, I'm always going to give you from a spiritual growth perspective. What does this relationship mean for you spiritually, and how you're supposed to go at it in a spiritual way? You know what I mean? Not to satisfy your flesh, but what is this doing for your spirit? Alright, let's end here with the Virgos. Damn, all of us. You hear me doing it. That's cool. It's really cool. So what do we have? Gemini, Sagittarius, and Virgos are content. We're cool. We're cool where we're at right now. If you're not cool where you're at, let's talk about this. One more time. For those that are not, I'm not cool. I'm not fucking cool. Alright. You're not cool. Let's find out how to cool your fucking shit. Fucking shits. Should be cool. This whole fucking card is about cool. The Four of Wands reverse concerns a lack of harmony and security. You're going through a period of uncertainty when many things are changing at once. Alright, you're not cool with the chaos. Plans can go awry, and they may be family disagreements, quarrels with neighbors, or problems with friends and lovers. You are being overwhelmed and unable to cope, but this is a temporary situation, so don't lose heart. That goes to you too, Gemini, or any Sagittariuses. It's chaos, bro. Be cool. You can't avoid the chaos, bro. Let the shit fucking fall apart, bro. And that's what this is it's a card about harmony and foundation. You don't have any harmony because your foundation's getting rocked. What does that mean? It's an interior design, bro. I guess you could say it's exterior if it's fucking with your real world. But in essence, your real world will fall apart so that you can, it can fall together. You can't really see it that way. And most people don't. But as the dark goddess, I'm telling you, as the goddess of destruction, as quick as I destroy it, they're going to come in and renovate it. As quick as you destroy your life, God's going to come in and fix it. After you learn your lessons, of course. He's always there. They're always there. The universe is always there, dude. They put you through the chaos. It shall pass. That's the most famous saying. Whatever you're going through right now, it could last all day. It could last a week. It could last a month. How do you get through it faster? Your mindset, bro. Change your mind. Change your reality. You're stuck in it. That goes back to that hangman. The second they make up their mind, they're out of it. You know what I mean? The second you accept the chaos, you're out of it. It won't drag on so much. When you accept that this is falling apart and why, then you stand back and it disappears. It falls apart faster, or it's done. You're not sitting there watching them pull, every piece of your furniture out of the house one by one. They just, bulldoze the whole house. And that's it going to your relationships and shit. Stop pulling them apart and just roll that shit up in a trash bag and roll it down the hill. Don't talk about it. It meant a lot to you. Don't talk about that person, but accept that this is garbage now. Everything I invested in this is all garbage. And that's it too. You ever draw a picture and you work so hard at it and then you look back, you're like, damn, this is garbage. As a songwriter, you write and write and write and write and you're fixing it and you're editing it and you're editing it and you're like, well, it started out with good. This is garbage. And then you'll start over with that one sentence again, that one first idea again, and try to make it better. Or you just won't. You'll be like, that was garbage all the way around. That song was stupid. I did that once. I tried to go back to songwriting. I ended up making a whole garbage song about baby daddies. I was like, that's garbage. Nobody wants to hear about my baby daddies. That's garbage. I don't even want to hear about this shit. Some of those relationships you wish nobody ever knew you were part of. You wish you could delete off of it, Facebook right away. Wait till those memories come around. Mutual friends and shit. It's okay, guys. It was a learning experience. You had some good times. You had a good date. You laughed a little bit. Awkward sex. Who knows? Something good came out of it. You know what I mean? I had a goofy ass job for a week and a half. What'd I get out of it? A good paycheck, and I learned a lot about myself. My son's birthday, and I learned a lot about my work ethics. That's cool. I learned I'm not a Jessica. I met a Jessica, though. That was cool. I didn't make friends with them or anything, but, I know there's people out there like you. Alright, so there's your signs, guys. And that's I'm not going any deeper into let's talk about this guy or this girl. Let's not. Let's worry about you and your happiness. It has nothing really to do with this guy or this girl. I'm just trying to teach you, you know what I mean? If you need to walk away from this guy or this girl, and many of you got that. I think it was Scorpio and somebody else got that. And it wasn't a full walk away. You need to step away. You need to back up for a minute. You need some time. They're all in your space, literally. They might have slipped into your butthole. couldn't be a Lilith video without something extremely sexually inappropriate. Could not be. Yeah, I'm not... you're not in control of love. And you trying to control it is going to make you lose your mind. In the beginning of my twin flame journey, I kept trying to turn it off. I don't want to love this person. This is inappropriate. I should not be loving this person. It made me crazy. Trying to control my heart. When I finally gave in, I got some peace. All I had to do... Fighting the mind is so much easier than fighting the heart. The mind will give up. The heart will not. The mind will finally burn out. It'll run out of possibilities. It'll run out of excuses. It'll run out of fears. The heart will never run out of wanting what it wants. Go for what your heart wants. Tell your mind what it needs to know to get you to what your heart wants. But don't let your mind stand in the way of what your heart wants, because it's just going to drive you crazy. Literally. You're not going to lose. You're not going to win against your heart. You're not. Your mind can maybe shut it up for a minute, but you're not winning anything at this. You're just too afraid to fight this fight. And the heart wins. What the heart wants, the heart wants. Yeah, you don't want to fall in love with this person. This person doesn't deserve your love. You don't even know why you love this person. But it's too late. Your heart wants them. Even if you don't, you can't stop it. You can try. It's only going to make things worse. If you just give in to it, you're going to be in love. All it's trying to do is be in love. And you don't want to. It's already in love. You're just not giving into it. Give into it and be in love. Or keep saying that you don't want to be in love when you already are. You're in love. Your heart wants something. It's in love with something. But you won't let it be free. Why not? Let it feel good. Let it love. And for some of you, the reason that it don't want to is because it hurts. You can't force it to love somebody if it doesn't. If it doesn't feel safe, it doesn't feel heard, if it doesn't feel seen, it's not going to open up to you. That's just how it is. You can't, it's a language of its own. You can't control it, you can only work with it. Okay? Hey, there's your 12 sign love reading and shit. I don't think I offended anyone, did I? I did good? First time? This is my first time. Maybe we'll get better at this. Hey, love yous. Laters. Bye.